Hello everyone, welcome to Vicar David's 60-second slot. Now I want you to think of a number between 1 and 10. Okay? Then add the next highest number to it. So if it was 4, add 5 and so on. Keep that number in your mind. Then add 9. Okay, you got that number. Then divide that number by 2. So you've got that new number in your mind. And then subtract your original number. And put your hand up if the number you've got is 5. If you've done this correctly, it should be 5. And here's why. Here's the algebra of it. So you start off with a number, which is A. And then your number is A plus 1, because it's 1 more than you had before. It's that, in other words, 2A plus 1. So then you've got 2A plus 1 plus 9. In other words, 2A plus 10. And then you've got 2A plus 10, you've got divided by 5. So 2A divided by 5 is 2. 10 divided by 5 is obviously 5. And then you subtract your original number, minus A, and you're left with 5. And that's inevitable. That always has to work. That always has to work. It's got to work. That is the algebraic equation. Some people think that that's how God works in the world. And if we can't see why something happens, it's because it's beyond our vision. But whether we can see it or not, something happens because what God wants it to happen. It's all determined. And some Christians, some very intelligent Christians, think everything works like that. It's all predetermined. There's nothing we can do about it. All we have to do is try to understand God's will. Everything happens for a purpose. Well, I don't think that. I don't think that at all. I think it's not like Newton said that if we could understand every movement of every atom in the universe, we'd be able to predict the future. I think actually what happens and how God wants us to relate to that are two different things. So yes, Jesus did predict some things will happen in the Gospels, the destruction of the temple, but it didn't take a genius to work out that was what was going to happen. It didn't take a genius to work out in our own country that at one point there would be a European referendum, probably a Scottish referendum. What God's part in this is not predicting or behind it or causing it. What I think God's part in this history is how we respond, how we approach what happens, how we use it to use ourselves as God's disciples to make things better, how we respond to challenges, how we respond to opportunities. And it's not that we're always going to end up with the same result. Each one of us will have a different result. It's not set out predetermined algebraically like that, because we're all different. It's like saying the difference between a triangle and what something tastes like. They're two different things. How God, I think, wants us to play our part in the unfolding history of the world is as his disciples to follow, to love, to obey God's commandments and play our part in making history, in making opportunities, making challenges, and making this world a better place. And that can never be worked out according to an algebraic formula, however certain it may be. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.